from 7 dusk. You can see him on JRR's Big Friggin' Eve. The House of Blues coming up on December 31st. Trivium will be on the bill as well, and Pat Lynch. Taco off today with a little family matter. We'll welcome him back next week. I've been having just a fascinating conversation off the air here with a couple guys from the Warlocks Motorcycle Club here, a couple chapters here in Central Florida. Talked a lot about their biker bash going on tomorrow in Cocoa Beach to benefit the Shriners Children Hospital. If you want details on that, I have it posted on the JR Facebook page if you're beachside tomorrow looking for something to do. Always a good time to hang out with these guys, and it's the 15th time you guys have been doing this, Scotty.
15th anniversary of the Warlocks Cocoa Beach Biker Bash. You can also go to warlocksmc.net and check all that out, too.
Some of your major helpers over there on the coast, who are they?
Oh, man, the big kudos, the big sponsor. I just have to say big thanks to Brevard Robotics, who just stroked us a check for $1,000 without batting an eye. And they do it year after year after year. And they're just good people, man. And, you know, the way it goes about doing it is we solicit and talk about this party to all the
local businesses
that we frequent, and that's how it works. They cut checks. It's an easy sell when you go and ask them to cut a check and it's not for the Warlocks MC. You say make it out to the Shriners.
Yeah, but we want to say thanks to all the people that donated.
That's right.
And all the companies, no matter what it was, they donated, because every dime helps, because this is for children, and you can never do enough for the kids. Never.
That's Boudin you were just hearing from. Also St. Dave in the studio. Guys, so the event tomorrow, like I said, all the info over there on the JR Facebook page. Wanted to talk about the Gangland show that's on History Channels for so many years now. You guys were featured on this a few years back.
Right. We went with the program. They were going to do it. It's public record that we had been busted before in '92, and so they were going to do the show anyhow. We luckily got a good producer that believed, we got to know, and we gave them access. Most clubs don't give them access, and it was just an educated guess that it might work in our favor, so that we get to tell our side of things.
Now, you guys, to kind of just boil it all down, the crux of the episode was the story of federal agents who had infiltrated your guys' organization and were posing as club members, but actually they were just there carrying on an investigation, hoping to bring down your whole organization.
Absolutely. That's like somebody coming to your family and marrying your sister, and you show them love, you bring them in, and you just everything with them, and it's got to be noted, they enticed all the activity that everybody got arrested for. They enticed themselves. There was none of that going on until they overstepped the boundaries and they brought it to the table. Oh, can you get us this? They were our family. We would do anything. We would die defending you.
And as being good brothers, if somebody's going to ask you, can you do me a favor, I'll do anything for the brother, man. So that's them bringing it to you right there, buddy.
You guys were all taken down after leaving the funeral of one of your fallen brothers.
Yeah.
The police closed in, made their arrest. In the end, there's hundreds of you guys in the organization. How many guys did they actually end up carting off to jail? I know you were one of them, Boudin.
Yeah, I believe there was, 9, but there might have been 11 out of the whole 100 people laying on the ground. And just so you know, they didn't just lay Warlocks on the ground. There were family members out there. There were
citizens.
Christian Motorcycle. There were citizens out there. The feds were even the people that lowered the casket in the ground. I mean, there's boundaries you don't cross. I mean, I came into this game, and that's what I call it. This is the game I came for. I came into the game knowing the consequences of the game, but there are boundaries in this game you don't cross. You don't go to, whatever the feds have got and whatever I got against each other. We don't go to their family. They're not supposed to come to our family. You don't go to the funeral. I don't go to a Fed's funeral and go there and just disrupt the whole thing. That's a boundary that was just sacred, and they crossed it.
The brother that we were burying, his wife was there. Recent widow. His 2 young daughters were there, and yeah, it was bad.
All right, so you got through that phase, and then the show continues on, and it kind of just shows the way your organization evolved all the way from back in 1967 to what it was, ironically enough, here on Veterans Day, veterans who founded your organization.
Absolutely.
Correct.
What is the number 23? What's the significance of 23?
23rd letter of the alphabet, W.
A lot of people overwork that one, man.
It gets overthought. Actually, another case brought against us, the feds called it Operation 23, but a lot of clubs use numeric, figures with their club.
Yeah, us lay people, as I'll say, who aren't members of motorcycle clubs, you look at the various patches, have no idea. 1%er. You guys, 1%er motorcycle club.
There's a lot. There's a lot of different ideas what a 1% club is. Dave, he's going to tell you the original thing that everybody puts out, and then I'm going to tell you what a 1%er is.
Well, it was time where Newsweek magazine back in the late 50s, early 60s had wrote up an article when AMA, American Motorcycle Association, was real big, and the people from the World War II had started motorcycle clubs, and veterans and so forth, running wild and going, drinking, carrying on like the Wild One of Marlon Brando. It's a cliche movie, but there was an element of truth to it. So they said that there was an article written up, and it said that less than 1% of motorcycle clubs or motorcyclists are in the outlaw motorcycle realm. So Sonny Barger of the Hells Angels wrote it on his really the backstory. Had a tattoo done and put 1%. He goes, "We are that 1%." So even though that was a club thing at the time, it sort of caught on across the country. And
so in other words, 99% of the motorcycle community are just weekend warriors, yada yada yada. Well, if the 99% are just weekend warriors, then they adopted the we'll be the 1% then.
Here's the difference between just the guys that ride motorcycles and the guys that live this life. See, and they're not bad, and I'm not saying anything about them because everybody does their own thing. A 1%er, a true 1%er, is born a 1%er. He's not just come to a club and gets a 1%er patch on him and he's all cool and he's a 1%er. You're the guy that walked a different walk in school. You're the guy that looked at the bullies and the people that picked on people and didn't tolerate it. You even defended people. You went to people's defense that you didn't even know, because that's the walk you walk. We're people that are extreme, but we're just like your brother and sister. We just don't want all the bull out there that everybody tosses on each other that they carry. I mean, they carry it on their shoulders. We live what we really are. We're people that love this lifestyle and have to have something different. We just don't submit. We're not cows.
Well done, brother.
All right, that's fair enough. One more question for you guys. A lot of people getting into the show Sons of Anarchy on FX.
Honestly, I've never seen it.
I've
never seen it.
Now, I want to ask you guys this. The show's pretty hardcore to someone who's not in a motorcycle club. I'm not in a motorcycle club. I've just recently got into watching this show, and I know a lot of people who watch it. Have you seen the show?
I've seen the show, and I want you to know, first off, it's a good show. It's very entertaining, because it wouldn't be successful if it wasn't entertaining. But if we went around and shot 10 people every episode, blew every building up, snorted every line of whatever, had bales of and kilos, let me tell you, I'm
I hear
poor.
exactly what you're saying, Boudin, but my question really is, aside from all the stuff that they throw in there for the entertainment purposes, the way the club works, the way it's set up, the inner workings, are they depicting that accurately as to what life is like inside a motorcycle club?
Well, I could answer, but I'm going to pass it to my club son because he's the boss of a chapter.
Well, actually, I just had one observation. A friend of mine in the club mentioned when he first saw the first episode, and normally in our club and most clubs that I know people from, women are, they're not warlocks. We're a man's motorcycle club. There wouldn't be in a meeting or church, as you might call a meeting. And on one of the first episodes, Peg Bundy was in a church in a chapter meeting, and he said, "Man, if I saw Peg Bundy in the Church of the Sons of Anarchy, and I could never watch it again." But there's some people that I've met out west in two major clubs in California that are on the show. There's several people that get on the show that are legitimate 1% motorcycle people, but it has an element of truth, but there's a lot of exceptions.
Of Hollywood.
Yeah, a lot of exceptions.
But other than Hollywood, it's about as close. It's about as close to what it's really like to live this lifestyle as TV can put out there.
Gotcha.
Except for the movie that we're going to put out on DVD pretty soon.
Hit that real quick, and we're going to wrap things up here, guys.
And we're going to put a movie out about the Warlocks Motorcycle Club, the actual beginning, central, and end, what's going on with us, what we're really all about, and that'll be coming out real soon. We're going out to San Francisco to finish that movie.
Nice.
We met a producer that we did an interview on a show at a a major motorcycle function, and he came down and interviewed some of our founders and saw that he got some seed money and has been working on it for 3 years, traveled across the country to different chapters, got history of the old brothers, and went overseas to Germany and England and had access over there.
That's Big 7 Productions out of California.
Guys, I'm really glad you took the time to come in, because I think this last couple minutes here, especially, at least to me, has sealed what I always thought was what you see is definitely not necessarily what you get. And you guys are just some dudes who like to live life to its fullest, walk to your own drum beat, leave you alone, you're going to leave us alone, and guess what? We can walk next to each other if we
Absolutely.
want.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Please come out and
I'm going to be
Come
at
to
that
the-
clubhouse one of these weekends, come out and drink some cold beers.
please all the people, listeners, come out to Cocoa Beach tomorrow to that biker bash. Let's support the kids.
You guys come out to that. Again, the info on that, the Biker Bash, the 15th annual Biker Bash on the JRR Facebook page. Cocoa Beach tomorrow starting at 3 o'clock. Boudin, St. Dave, Scotty, guys, thank you so much
Thanks,
for coming
Pat.
out.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you, Pat.
Thanks for everything, brother.
Great radio show. Thank you.
All right, man, we got Why the Hell Not coming up here in just a couple minutes.
Hey, that was awesome, man.
That work out for you boys?
That worked out great,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Good job.
Thanks,
Thank
Pat.
you.